This is the BMW i3, the first full mass-produced electric car from BMW. Now, BMW has had electric prototypes in the past. They've even had the electric Mini and other electric cars used in test markets to finally get to this mass-produced car. Those other vehicles collected 21 million kilometers of driving to have input into what drivers actually do with electric cars. And they found out that the average consumer doesn't drive that far. So that's why the electric battery range in this car is 160 kilometers. Now, when you look at it, it definitely looks like a BMW, especially the kidney grille at the front, but it is a very avant-garde design. The outside dimensions are about the same as a BMW 1 Series, but it's inside with the height of the vehicle that you have the interior capacity of a 3 Series. And what makes this car unique is how it's put together. Now, what you have on the outside are these plastic panels, kind of what Saturn did with the exterior panels on their cars back in the 90s. They're lightweight, they can be easily replaced if you get into a fender bender. Underneath the structure of the car is an aluminum sort of chassis that houses the battery pack and also supports the electric motor or the range extender gasoline very small engine in there. Built on top of that is a carbon fiber cell that goes around the occupants, and all of this together really simplifies the manufacturing processes. Even though they're using advanced materials like carbon fiber, the actual process to put it together is simpler than a regular car. Now, the other thing that makes this car unique is the way that the doors open. You've got a kind of like a barnyard door or a suicide door here in the back. Now, it makes getting into the car quite easy, but it doesn't make it easy if you're trying to get kids in and out. For example, if you pull up to the curb and you want to let kids out at school, you kind of got to go around and open the door for them. So that is a bit of an inconvenience. But this car really is meant for an interurban situation, maybe as a second vehicle. It has up to 160 kilometer range and up to 300 kilometers if you get that small onboard generator. Now, BMW has had some beta testers out in the marketplace all the way back since 2009. They had the Mini Electric, a limited number of owners with that vehicle, and in 2011 they had the Active E electric BMW, and 21.5 million kilometers later they studied the driving habits of those individuals, and they found out that the average daily commute was just 47 kilometers. And then when they did a study of people who are potentially going to buy the i3 and told them what their average everyday commute is, 77% of the people that responded to that survey drive less than 60 kilometers a day. So that's why the range of this vehicle has been set at 160 kilometers. You make a longer range, you make a heavier car. This car is just over 1,100 kilograms, and it has a very capable power plant. 170 horsepower electric motor with 184 foot-pounds of torque. And torque is what you notice right away when you drive this vehicle. It takes off with a swish. You don't hear anything, but you feel that torque in the back of the seat, and it propels this small car to 100 kilometers an hour in just 7.2 seconds. That's pretty brisk. Now, on the braking side, when you lift your foot off, the car has quite aggressive regenerative braking. I'm not touching the brake at all. And I'm kind of on a busy street here, but I'm not going to go all the way down to zero. But the car will brake all the way down to 0 kilometers an hour and stop just by lifting your foot off the throttle. And I've come to find, driving around the northern parts of Metro Toronto here today, that once you learn how aggressive it is, you can actually tailor your driving, and you barely ever use the brakes. I would think a brake job on this car would happen very, very infrequently. That's even less maintenance. Now, we only have this vehicle for one day here in Toronto near the BMW head office. And because we're doing a lot of filming today, we don't really get a chance to exercise this car too much in the corners. I can tell you one thing, the car comes equipped with very skinny tires. Even though the wheels can be big, the tires are skinny and they have a higher sidewall. The ride comfort is excellent. There's no noise in this car. It's very reassuring feeling on the road. It feels like a quality machine, and outward visibility is fantastic. So for people that want an everyday commuter, you're going to get the benefit of being able to see the road. It feels like a comfortable, solid car. It's very smooth and refined, but it also feels, at the essence, still like a BMW. Now, my biggest complaint of electric cars is you pay a premium price, but you don't get a premium offering, especially on the inside. Now, of course, BMW is a premium brand, and the price for this car starts at $45,000, but you get your money's worth on the inside. Now, there's recycled materials in this car, of course. If you get the base cloth seats, they're 100% recycled material. Then the mid-level trim gets half leather, half cloth, and this top model has full leather seats. About 25% of all the materials inside the cabin comes from recycled materials. You notice right away that this is a very modern and fashion-forward dashboard, and that looks fantastic, especially the open pore wood, which is eucalyptus. I asked why they use eucalyptus wood, and they said it's abundant throughout Europe. It grows very quickly, and you don't have to put a lot of treatment on it to give it this matte finish. And as the car sits and it ages, the wood will age as well. I'm not sure what it's going to look like, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, every i3 comes with navigation. You need the navigation to work with your phone and to help you predict how far you can drive on your pure electric range. There is an upgraded navigation package, and that's what we have here with the very large floating screen in the center console. With the regular Navi, it's just a little bit smaller. Seating position, nice and high, great outward visibility, flat floor in the front, flat floor in the back, makes the cabin feel open and airy. Now, even though there are a lot of recycled materials in this car, there's one area where I think it looks maybe too much like recycled material. On the doors and the top of the dashboard, it looks like carpet underlay that's been compressed. I don't know, maybe they could have chosen something a little bit more upscale looking. Now, that and the suicide doors are my only two complaints, but other than that, you're paying an upscale price for an upscale brand and an upscale interior. It starts at just under $45,000. There's additional packages, like the technology package is $2,500. You want the range extender, that's $4,000. You can add a significant interior amenities. Packages range from about $3,500 to $4,500. So you could get a fairly nicely equipped car for under 50 grand and drive away with full electric power. And the power is fantastic. The other thing about this vehicle that I like is it's a premium brand. You know, you're shopping for a Nissan Leaf, you're shopping for a Chevy Volt. Those are not premium brands. This has the BMW badge on the front. It's wonderful technology, and I think it's going to have excellent resale. But you know what? First impressions of the new i3, it's pretty impressive.